Radical.
So apparently Sony is getting sued from consumers. There's a class action lawsuit in the works against Sony for basically running a monopoly on its games. You cannot buy Sony games digitally from Amazon.com, Best Buy, or Walmart, or a lot of third-party retailers. Now, the store, the PlayStation Store, is the only place you can buy those digital games. Meaning pretty much Sony is going to set the prices, whatever it feels like, for those games digitally. Now, I talked in the past about how basically it would be a sad day when you could no longer get physical copies of games. Basically because, you can get used games. So how expensive would games be and remain without those physical copies kind of, working to lower the price, basically, But I really don't like the monopolies that, an all digital future would mean, basically. But this is one step worse than that, because at least you could have people competing, for the digital codes. But Sony doesn't allow the codes. Meaning, you're probably going to have to pay digitally $69.99 for that Returnal game for a long time. There's probably some old-ass games on the digital storefront and Sony's store. And you look at them and you're like, well, what the fuck? Why is that still this much money? Okay, that's what a all-digital future probably might look like, at least on the end of Sony. I think they should try to go ahead and change their ways. I think it's an anti-consumer practice. Now, this lawsuit states that people can wind up paying as much as 175% more for downloadable games than the same ones comparatively on disc. Yeah, you get a much bigger deal. I've seen in most cases, at least on the Sony storefront, to get the game used on disc, right? When a game comes out like Returnal, it's brand new, all right? Maybe a year or two goes by, it should be maybe half price. I think that's fair, maybe half price, because it's been out for a long time. Games should depreciate in value over a period of time, I would say, right? That's like with anything. Anything comes out, it's no longer new, and then they bring out new things, and then you get a discount on the old stuff, right? Now, the exception would be maybe some of the all-time great, big-time games, but Returnal, like, hello, what the fuck's a Returnal? It's like, I don't know, a lot of people are really kind of clawing at the bit to get something called Returnal, right? So I would wager a guess that in 2 years, it'll probably still be $60 to $70 on the Sony store, because Sony's a bunch of greedy fucks. Sometimes when you're greedy and you run a monopoly, sometimes your ass gets sued. But we will see. It might amount to nothing. I'm sure Sony has some pretty powerful lawyers, and I don't know much about the legalities of all this. You might want to talk to a lawyer or something like that. But I think it would be really awesome if Sony lost. And then it might set precedent for a lot of other, gaming companies that, also are trying to, run monopolies. But, yeah. What do you think? Leave it in the comment section down below. The case is titled, by the way, Sony versus Kukuri. So let's go Kukuri.